Good morning. I love that song. That is a favorite in our house. So if all the children would like to come join me for the story this morning. So we've got a story about sandcastle, but we've got some grass down there too. Oh, nice. All right. So once upon a time, there was a girl named Wendy. Now, Wendy loved grass. She loved the feel of it between her toes. She loved the smell of it when it was freshly mowed. She loved its bright green color. Wendy loved grass more than just about anything. Now, one day, her family decided to go to the beach. Now, Wendy wasn't too sure about it. "Come on," said her older brother, "we can go swimming. And we can collect seashells and rocks together," said her mom. "And you can bury me in the sand," said her dad. It did sound like fun. And when they got to the beach, it sure looked great. Nothing like Wendy had ever seen. But when she first touched the sand, it was way, way, way too hot. "This isn't cool like grass," she said. "I wish this sand was grass." Now, Wendy had a good luck fairy that followed her around, and he heard her wish and decided to grant it. And with a flash, all of the sand turned to grass. Now it was her family's turn to be not too sure. "I guess I won't get buried today," said her dad. "That's okay," said Mom. "Let's collect some shells." So everyone went down to where the water lapped the edge of the grass, and there were polished rocks and beautiful shells lying about. So they all set to work looking for the shiniest and the biggest or the most colorful. Everyone except Wendy. The rocks and shells hurt her feet. "I wish these rocks were soft, like grass," she thought to herself. And as soon as she did, the good luck fairy made it so. The rocks and shells turned to grass too. The family looked at one another. "Well," they said, "at least they're swimming." Wendy's older brother ran into the waves, followed closely by her sister. Wendy followed tentatively, but when her toe touched the water, she said, "Yuck, too wet and cold." And this time, she didn't even have to think it. The fairy changed the water into grass without her even having to ask for it. Everyone turned to her and said, "Wendy!" But what was she to do? Her family was very understanding. They were Unitarian Universalists after all. So they decided to try and make the best of it. "Let's have lunch," said her mom. So they got out the picnic blanket and found a nice spot on the now wide lawn. Wendy was in heaven. After all, didn't she love grass more than just about anything? But she had to admit, she was beginning to feel a bit bored. And just something didn't feel right. After all, everywhere she looked, there was nothing but grass. And all of the sounds of the beach, the waves, the seagulls, all of it, they'd gone too. Grass was nice, but maybe not so much when that's all there was. "Well," said her mom, "we went to the beach and we're at a lawn. This isn't the way it's supposed to be." "What do you mean?" Wendy asked. Her dad said, "You made it all the same. The sand, the rocks, the water. Each was different. And you made them the same because their differences made you feel uncomfortable. But those differences also made them special and beautiful. And without them, there's a whole lot missing. In fact, everything that makes this place what it is missing. And that means that you are missing out on everything you really came here for." Wendy thought about this for a while. She did want to collect rocks and shells. She'd seen some really beautiful ones. And the water was cold, but her brother and sister looked like they were having a lot of fun too. And the idea of burying her father in sand was too good to pass up. "I wish it was all back the way it was," she thought. And the good luck fairy made her wish come true. So Wendy and her family had the best time that day. She still loves grass more than just about anything, But she's learned to love other things too. And she's come across some things that she doesn't like much, and that's okay too. But she's never ever wanted things to be the same again, because she knows that things are supposed to be different, each thing as it is, and that exploring new things makes life so much more fun. So with that, our story ends, and Saya is going to help us this morning. All right, guys, let's make a little room. From generation to generation, we light this flame of religious freedom, and we'll follow Saya out as we sing Go Now in Peace.